Everybody. Probably need to turn this down. This game is a little loud. Come on, Cletus. Anyway, I've been playing this game for a while. I didn't know about it until about a month ago, and I'm more addicted to playing this than I am Fortnite right now. Kind of. Yeah, let's go ahead and turn that down. Especially I need the music to hear the shit. So, anyway, this game came out. I think it was back in 2015, if I'm wrong, on the Xbox and I think the PC. Or no, it was actually a handheld in 2015, and then in 2017 it got ported to the Xbox, and then just, I think it was this summer, this got ported to the PS4, and anyway, very reminiscent of like Sim Hotel from back in the 90s. I know it's probably getting annoying. I probably need to turn that down. The great thing about this game is it plays in real time, even if you're not playing it. So your characters level up. If you send somebody on a mission to explore, all that shit gets done while you're not playing, while you're sleeping at night, crap like that. So I still can't build my themes. These guys build my wardrobes, and I'm on material right now. These cats construct my weapons, which they're still working on. A gun is going to take over 8 hours. So once again, I get on in 8 hours, well, the damn thing's done. So that is a beautiful thing about this game. Right now, I'm at a point where I think I've only had one of my characters ever die, and as long as you got the caps, aka money, you can revive them. But anyway, like I said, this is very much like Sim Hotel. You have your different systems, and as you go further down underground building your vault, it costs more and more money, and eventually you even have to start breaking up rocks, and those cost more money. But anyway, you have your elevators, your living quarters, which you can max out at 200 people, which is where I'm at. And then you have to find that balance of power, food, and the names change as you expand them. I don't even remember what the diner was originally called. I thought it was something else. Or maybe it's after you build it, it changes its name. I'm sorry. Yeah, so it's cafeteria. The death claws thus far are the most of your things I've been going up against. And right now, I actually have a team of 3 with some really good guns out exploring. Actually, they should be coming back. So they break open your vault door. And then I've been leaving 2 people at the door. I also have Mr. Handy, which is the robot coming in to come kill him. And then the death claws move from room to room real fast. And the beautiful thing about this is you can move people, especially people who are pregnant, people who don't have guns. They will get the hell out of the room. But my crew here with the really good guns, I send him around, and I'm probably going to send him downstairs in anticipation, because by the time he gets down the elevator, it's going to be too late. Like, she's literally just standing there doing nothing. So we'll get her ahead of him. But like I said, each room, top few floors, everyone has guns. With some of the best guns, but clearly it's not making a dent in these guys. Like I said, what I probably should have done is have my team back. Oh, they're all dead, okay. So then whatever room your person was in, when you start setting them around, they'll return back to it, and then what I need to do is go around and revive their health. Like I said, nobody died. But the death claws thus far have been the one thing is they come into my vault, but I was never really a fan of Fallout until this game came out, and because of it, I got Fallout 4, which I was streaming on Twitch the other day. I actually need to get back to editing for anybody who's never seen it. And I need to, when you hear that chime, you need to find, if I can find him. And for the life of me, I'm forgetting what his name is. That's not him, but anyway. Depending on the difficulty of how you find them and how fast you find them, etc., and I'm already giving up because sometimes they'll hide in the elevator shaft even, but depending on how far you're zoomed out or zoomed in is how much you get paid out when you find them. It's kind of like finding Waldo. And whenever your people actually finish a job, whether they're working on food, like I said, this one's cafeteria, you know, it's gone from a diner to a cafeteria. They don't do anything until you actually cash them out, per se. I don't know why they didn't play the music. I know that guy's left. Anyway, get back to the rooms. We got the diner, we got the water treatment, we got storage for stuff that your team brings back to then build weapons, guns, everything else. Anyway, med bay, science lab. Everything's pretty self-explanatory. Radio station to get other survivors to come to your vault, and the trick with that, of course, is building up your charisma, and if you do, they all come. Usually, your success rate is every hour. Weapon workshop, weight room, athletics room, archery, or I'm sorry, armory, classroom, which is very important for your science lab and your medical lab, to build both health and radiation cures. Outfit workshop, fitness room, the lounge, theme workshop, which actually I've yet to do a single one because I'm collecting those out on the road. The game room, the barbershop, which is the only room I believe I've not built, and then towards the end, to minimize how many power plants you need to build, you can start doing nuclear reactors, gardens instead of the diners, water purification instead of the water plants, and then Nuka-Cola bottler. And this one was the biggest goddamn kick in the dick. Because really what this one is a food and water. And Nuka-Cola is something that you use, which you can see in the upper right hand corner, to speed up when you send your Jesus, I can't even think of the word. Yeah, if I went in here. When you send dwellers out into the field, and you can either send them right away, where you basically start the mission right then and there, or you can rush them back. And a lot of times I don't mind sending them off, but depending on what they've picked up, I will rush them back. And every mission is, you know, long, different lengths. Like right now, they're still walking to one. It's going to take up another 2 hours and 23 minutes. But every day there's different quests. There's quests to actually go through, like this will be 2 of 15, some are just 1 of 5, whatever. Like this one has a requirement of the radiation suits. So on and so forth. I'm sure most of you may have already heard of this. You've seen it. For those you haven't, like I said, now I gotta look for them again. Usually I am pretty good, but today I'm stuck in, just stuck the damn robot. Anyway, you can play this on mobile, and that sign is Cappy, and I forgot what the fuck the other guy's name was. Anyway, these guys work in the same way. If you find them while they're dancing amongst your vaults, Cappy gives you caps, and then the bottle will sometimes give you caps, or he'll give you Nuka-Colas. But you just gotta catch them in the act. That's kind of the way with the guy in the trench coat, which, like I said, I don't know why I'm forgetting his fucking name. And really what I want to do is I want to update my, or upgrade my water purification. But, yeah, you hear the dancing, you go to the level, and usually you have to go through the characters. Usually they stay relatively close together. This is probably the first time I've ever seen the bottle get out of the line of sight of Cappy. There's always something. So that's a distraction. And Cappy tends to dance a little more than the other one does. I am not seeing the damn bottle. Oh, he went all the way up there. Like I said, his crap is far in between. Son of a bitch. And sometimes it just takes forever with the analog stick. If you're playing on a phone with the touchpad, it's just so much easier to clear these rooms. Damn, I don't know why I keep losing that bottle. Well, that's him dancing, and I just don't fucking see him. Holy shit, that's a first. I know that wasn't, you know, it wasn't him, it was the bottle. But they've basically served the purpose, and sometimes I think the game is just built to know. Right over here, I was running out of room. Once you max out on the thing, and the rooms change when they get upgraded. But it's kind of like the game knows when you need something, because they tend to send slight help. The ball tends to walk out the door long before the cap does, so. But as you level people up, you also get, you know, caps for that. The bottle is just hanging out down here doing nothing. Instead, a lot of times I think he's just a distraction. That's probably all I'm going to get of them. Yeah, he's waving, so the other one at least dances, but yeah, see, caps. And I don't really need caps, I'd rather have the bottles. The Nuka-Cola. And I've gotten like over 3,000 before. With the guy in the trench coat, he just reminds you of an old 1930s cop. I don't know why I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head, but he is. Yeah, he just left. He plays the intro and outro music, so you know when he's there. But the first time he ever showed up, he scared the shit out of me. It was like, how the hell did somebody get into my vault? Because one of the first things I did was I upgraded the security of my vault. So I was like, how the fuck did you get in here? But then I realized he's actually, like I said, kind of there to help you. But with 200 people in here and the rooms upgrading and becoming more and more cluttered, like case in point, like even here he could be in the back there, he could be in the back corner back there with him, you know, even up here he could be back behind the rail, you know. It just gets a little hard to see him sometimes. Like I said, actually the further you're zoomed out, you know, and you're not going like level to level, you get more of a bonus. But yeah, I have 200 people in here. And I'm just checking all their health right now. Like right there. Because every day you... Oops. This was probably the room that had the fire, wasn't it? Every day you're rated on being the overseer. And that was my office right there. Right here. So, right now I can actually send 2 sets out, but until I can upgrade the weapons a little more on the first and second floors for the death claws, not the murder my ass, the better. But I think that was the last. Oh, I got the build right here. I can't upgrade it anymore. It only holds 2 people. If the males and the females are together, and depending on what the charisma level are, they start a family. And then what you need to remember, if you haven't already moved one or the other one out of the quarters, is that the second the baby's born, and usually the second they find out they're pregnant, it's 3 hours in real time for a baby to be born, and then it's another 3 hours after that for it to be a child. But you have to come back and play the game first within that first 3 hours to make them grow up. It's not like come back 6 hours later and they're adults. I thought I turned that down. Anyway. So, like I said, it's kind of addictive. Right now, it's kind of boring because other than needing to give people jobs, my entire ecosystem is balanced out. And I have a lot of people who are just staying around doing nothing and they're on coffee breaks. Because once I hit that home stretch, I hit that 200 quota, and really now it's just a matter of saving up, building a few more levels. But as you can see, I have all this space, but I can't build any more quarters, and I've already capped everything else out. So the more rooms I build, the more power I need to generate up, the power and if you don't, things start getting cut off. And like I said, right now the broadcast center really serves no purpose whatsoever because I can't have anybody else coming in. And another hilarious thing with the bunkers is if you have people who are related one way or another, they'll, like you're trying to give them a mate, and the first thing they'll say is like, oh, it's so nice to be hanging out with family. So you always got to pay attention to the last names before you shove 2 people in the room. But anyway, a lot of these other rooms are just that. They're training and stuff like that. Now, raider attacks, this is a joke. Raider attacks haven't really been an issue since I got my first set of weapons. Depending on the raiders, like this one, they only have 1 gun. So, they'll be dead within seconds. That's the vault door right there. I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to get Fallout 76 or not. I'm up in the air about that. Because I haven't exactly really had more than about, I think, a half an hour to play through Fallout 4 so far. Here comes Mr. Handy, the killer robot, who likes to use buzzsaws and set you on fire. In my case, I have dwellers running around, like I said, who don't have jobs right now. So if they don't, they leave the room. Or if they're pregnant, they leave the room. If there's a fire, they leave the room if they're female and pregnant. Wow, I actually don't have that gun. Interesting. So, I think that's the most damage I've ever done to my front door dwellers. So, like, case in point, she gets a brand new gun. I think he's good. Yeah. So, anyway, that is my quick recap of Fallout Shelter. Yeah, like I said, it's pretty much free to play. You can buy Mr. Handy's, which I ain't gonna lie, I did 1 set. Just because they go, you can have 1 at each level, and not only do they work as extra security, but they will collect anything that needs to be collected. They just don't do level ups. So, anyway, that is the recap, review, and honestly, once you get all the quests done, I don't know really where you go from there, because like I said, I'd never thought I was going to get the 200 dwellers as fast as I did, but I did it. So, and I've kept balance. And other than things coming through the front door, there will be things that will pop up on different levels, radiation cockroaches, or radioactive cockroaches, etc., etc., but like right here, I need to expand that, or they can't use the elevator on the side. They'd have to go down, over, and then up, or whatever. So, Anyway, I'm rambling on. I have been sick the past few days, and I have, you know, my voice went away and everything else. So, good meds, but not good enough. So, I will talk to y'all guys later. Peace.